How to create an intense fill for a design in Affinity Designer. Something like this, using vector shapes, symbols, groupings and much more. Key thing here is the symbols panel, colour, appearance and navigator, and also layers. Probably the most important panel of all. So let's just quickly go and create a container. So there's the first path. It's just going to be a circle. It could be any shape. What I'm going to then do, I'm going to add another shape. And I'm just going to go and add a circle. Just something very basic. And I'm going to change the colour so I can actually see it inside that design. So now go to Edit and Cut, Paste Inside. That's the key one. So now when you go over here to Layers, there the ellipse is inside the ellipse. I want that as a symbol because symbols you can change at any point. Just quickly go over here to Symbols and you can say Create. You can create it outside, you can also create it inside as well, perfectly reasonable. So that's now a symbol. What you can do, you can duplicate it. Hold down the Alt or Option key and just duplicate that design and add it very rapidly over the image like that. But what you can do, once you've got to a certain point, you think, you know what? Group, right click and then select Group. They're all grouped and you can move the group around. But also what you can do, you can hold down the Alt or Option key again and duplicate the group. So you can see what happens, you get even more of these. And you can do that. And of course what you can also do, you can resize the thing. You don't have to keep them all the same size. You can also rotate the group. And then you can hold down the Alt or Option key again, duplicate that design. So you can see rapidly you can fill design with all kinds of dots. And I know they're dots at the moment, but you can change it as well. So I've got all those. But what you can also do, once you've got all those designs, you can go down to the bottom there and you can say right click and group. And I probably missed, no, I hadn't missed any. Quite often I miss some at the bottom. I can always go right click and duplicate. And I can move that and resize that. So you can see you can create a lot of very little designs there. And then hold down the Alt or Option key again and just continue to fill there. And they're all filled. Now the thing about symbols, they can be turned into anything else. It doesn't have to remain what you've got there. It can be converted into triangles, whatever. So let's just expand that out now. And I can just go to now expand the group out, expand the symbol out, and go down to symbol. So you've got group, symbol, and then you've got the ellipse right at the bottom. Now if I change that size of that ellipse, and I'm just going to, it's not particularly easy. You can see I can change the size and you can rapidly change the whole thing. Also you can change colour. While you've got that selected, you can just go over here to colour, or you could use over here the appearance, change the colour that way. Maybe go and make it yellow, perfectly reasonable as well. What you can also do, you can add other paths. So you can simply go here, and I'm just going to quickly get the tools, and I've got, say, a triangle. So just quickly create a triangle. And you can see as soon as you do that, now sometimes it's not most responsive. Obviously, the more and more paths you add, less responsive. Also, I'm going to change the colour there so you can see the design there. Now you can see what happened. That symbol there, that and that, all relative. So everything will be exactly the same for all of the other symbols. You can right click and you can duplicate that design. So again, you've got another triangle there and maybe add another one there. And again, it's all relative to that original design, that symbol. And you can repeat this. Now this is in every single one of those symbols. So it's really super quick and easy way. And if you decide, you know what, I don't want the triangle there, I can always just go down to the bottom. I can just delete it. And you can see it's removed. I can also add other shapes. So maybe I don't want that, but let's go for a star. So again, just quickly add a star and it's all relative to this design. So let's put it very close. And you can see then the stars are added throughout the entire design. And what you can also do, you can also go up to the top and you can always select a group, maybe duplicate it all again. So you've got all these groups, you can always select all those again and then right click and group. So you've grouped them all, and then of course what you can do, you can duplicate that. There must be a limit. I'm certain the system will just give up and it will just turn around and say, nope, not going to do any more. But you can see then you can fill that design. But you can also just go here to the blending modes and you can say darken, whatever, so you can run through and combine them in different ways, and you can create some very interesting designs that way. And again, it's still all editable, so you can just quickly go there, click there, course, you've got lots of groups now. Group, and down to symbol, then down to star, and you can select star, and you can see in appearance you've got here, it's got 6.5 for the stroke. Well, you can change it. So you decide, you know what, I don't want that. So you can see that design there. And you can still also edit it using the node tools, all those sort of things. You can convert to curves and much, much more. And again, you can change the colours. You can change the blending mode here if you want as well. So you can just go down there and just change the blending mode for that design. So maybe use that as soft light and so on. So you can see you can create some very, very common. And obviously I'm using the circle here. Well, it doesn't have to be a circle, of course. If you want to modify the top design, what you simply got, you've got all this design, of course, all there. You can just simply go and now edit the design. Maybe convert it to curves. So convert to curves. And then you go over here to the node tool and you can just modify this design. And of course what you can do, you know what, if you don't want black as a background, you see over here you've got fill set to black. That's all the black. So if you decide, you know what, I want a white background. While that's selected, you can just change it, make it a white background, change the stroke, and so on and so on. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.